You're about to witness sports mastery in the making. The only birdies and eagles you're likely to see are those flying overhead as you're about to watch me suck at mini golf.
Welcome to our next segment in Watch Me Suck at Mini Golf from Family Entertainment Center, Tyngsboro, Massachusetts. As usual, first place we go, local. Second place, this one, someplace new. Third place, hopefully ending where we normally end. Let's go in and see what we can do. Hey, I gotta talk a little bit because there's a little music playing in the far background, but here it is, Tiki Island Golf. That's pretty nice. But there doesn't seem to be any rules in the, oh, here we go. Here are the rules. All participants don't matter. 1-stroke penalty if ball jumps off the fairway. Ball lands an obstacle or water hazard. Rolls back to the tee. No penalty if hit by doesn't matter. Do not start hole until the group in front of you is finished, of course. Keep putters out of the water. Do not bang putters on anything. Well, there goes my cue. Although I think I know what they really mean by banging. Be considerate of others, of course. Walk on designated walkways. Now this is going to be a challenge. Nothing's marked. There's no par value on anything. So this will be interesting to see how it goes. This apparently is hole number 1. And it's seen better days, but I've seen much, much worse. I mean, big deal. Anyway, hole number 1. It seems that it goes pretty much straight. Watch out for Mr. Rock over there. That one's more of decoration. There is a slight pitch to the right when you get to this point. And you got a rough there as you try to get to the hole. Oh, there is something that tells you. I just didn't see it. Let's continue.
First shot. There it goes, straight down the middle, towards the hole, and just by it on the right. In the rough. Second shot, and in the hole. Likely would have been par.
Hole number 2. I'm assuming, by looking at some of the stuff around here, a 1-stroke penalty for being in an obstacle are some obstacles that are physically where your ball can go in. I don't think the rough patches are considered obstacles because it didn't say that. Because they definitely would say in sand traps, roughs, and what have not. So anyway, hole number 2, you could go left, which is slightly hilly, and will point you somewhat the right way. Or you can go right, which actually does not point you the right way. They both tilt to the right, although here at this point a little more. Levels out slightly, but it's still to the right. You're likely to hit that. And then you get this downward pitch here as you head towards the hole.
First shot. Deciding to go right. Bounces off the walls. Wow, that was terrible. Rolling backwards. Almost where we started. Second shot. Over it goes, off to the right, banging into the wall, going over the other side. Moving over to the other side again. Down the lip. Now we're in the hole territory. Third shot. Too weak and off to the left. Fourth shot into the hole.
No matter what the problem. Hole number 3. Yeah, this place could use a little upkeep. It's still not that bad though. It's kind of looking like Masons before They're ill-fated carpet replacement because it closed not that much later, should I say. Anyway, start along here, and then there's an alley-oop here, and it's steeper here than there. Once you get over this hill, which ends that way, it's relatively flat. Watch out for our friends Mr. Pylons getting to the hole.
First shot. Off to the left, barely getting by the wall. To the right of the hole. Lined up pretty well. Second shot. Here it goes. Ooh, so close to the hole. Ooh, touched the ball. Touched it again. That's 2 more strokes, followed by the third.
Unfortunately, that last hole was a 6 because you might have seen it. I tapped the ball a few times inadvertently, so yeah, that counts as strokes. Hole number 4. I can't see it on the viewfinder. There it is. 3 for effort, 6 for being dumb. Anyway, we use this embankment, hopefully, next to this water. Again, the blue dye thing. And watch out over here. That's a pit where your ball could land. But you're trying to get to this fairly uneven surface to the hole.
First shot. There it goes. Over the embankment. Hitting the wall. Hitting the second wall. And stuck. Second shot. Bouncing off the wall. And somewhat lined up well. Third shot. There it goes. And ooh, just left of the hole.
Hole number 5. Yeah, so start either side of where a bunch of people had. It's relatively flat. You go over this alley-oop of a bridge. And I mean, there's very minor imperfections in the concrete foundation, but relatively flat to the hole.
First shot. Over to the left, bang into the wall, and lined up okay. Second shot. There it goes, and into the hole. Likely would have been par.
Hole number 6. This is mean. This is very mean. I think you can tell what I mean by that. Very mean thing to do. It's relatively flat outside of this Mr. Rock over here. But in your direct path is this lump o' wedge here. Wedge o' lump or whatever. Otherwise, it's mostly flat to the hole.
First shot. There goes over the hump. And off to the left of the hole. And ooh, almost bounced in. Second shot. In it goes.
Hole number 7. Yeah, this place is due for some carpet replacement. Again, before Masons did theirs, it was actually worse, although it didn't have that. Well, we got an obstacle. Here's an actual one-stroke penalty thing, a crack, and there's no net, so it goes in the water. It goes down and out, unless there's something under there. Anyway, watch your stick go over, it rises ever so slightly, and falls again to a slightly imperfect surface to the hole.
First shot. There it goes, a little off to the left. left of the hole. Very close bounce back. A little far though. Second shot. Here it goes, and it went in the hole. Wow.
Hole number 8. Once again, we got a point where they're being a bit cruel. This is actually a newer carpet on this one. You can kind of see the sparklies. Anyway, again, this is another really mean hole. I mean, it's fairly flat, and it goes at an angle. As we talk over the music, I can't recognize it, so it's not going to get edited. All right, there is a slight uphill heading towards here. But hey, where's the hole? Oh, it's right behind Mr. Rock. Perfect placement for the hole.
First shot. Off to the left it goes. Hits the wall. And behind the rock. Second shot. Bounces off the wall. Gets it fairly close to the hole. Although going away slightly. Still close.
Where'd you guys start? Right up here?
Hole number 9. Welcome to Mason's. Although we got a big gap, we can go over there. We can go over there. We can definitely go there. We don't want to go there. For obvious reasons, again, where we're not going to be doing it. Pardon me. Anyway, another embankment to help, and obstacles. So I guess if the ball lands within the hole, does that count as being within an obstacle and a one-stroke penalty? I think we know what they really mean, like the water, or the tunnels if it gets stuck. Anyway, good luck with this one.
First shot. There it goes to the right of the loop-de-loop. Bouncing on the obstacles. Set up pretty well. Well, definitely warmed up at the end. Although, the first hole went okay. The second hole, yeah, that was rough. And screwed ourselves by touching the ball a couple of times. Could have been a 3 instead of a 5. Unfortunately, that kind of counted against us. Hole 4 just went horribly. But then we warmed up from hole 5 onward. A little bump in the road in 8. Since there's no par, there's nothing to really go by except we're just going to use the general standard practice that most mini golf courses are typically around a 42 for a par for the whole thing. So far, we're at 26. Because of warming up near the end, a disaster has been averted so far. Will it continue? Let's find out.
Well, it looks like we did all right in the second half of that little stretch. However, again, it's dealing us a cruel set of fate here. Hole number 10. Again, one of these 90 degrees, so I assume it starts there, just like the place near Whalen Park, where that used to be a thing. It's uphill. It's uneven, little high here. Alley-oop here. Slight pitch down there and there. Little bit of a hump here. Otherwise, easiest point. This is the hardest because it's the steepest. A lot of terrain to try to make your up or make your way up to the hole.
First shot. Towards the middle, going to the right, bouncing around, and staying against the wall. Tough shot. Second shot. There it is, and ooh, suddenly veers left.
Forgot to tell you, I nearly tripped and fell a couple holes ago. The one where the rock was blocking the hole. I didn't notice the huge sausage-like bump that was on the far end. I tripped on it. Anyway, wasn't too bad. Hole number 11. Oh, this looks like it's a two-tiered system. There's two ways to go. It's fairly straight, it's fairly flat, until you get to here, where you either make your way through that tiny hole, or better yet, up this embankment into that hole, which is probably the one you want, or you really screw up and go through either that or that corner, in which, again, you're hoping for the elevated one, which is right there, to get you to the hole.
First shot. There it goes, off to the right, bouncing off the rocks and almost back where we started. Second shot. Here it goes, towards the open rock, misses, bounces off the side, rolls towards the opening. Third shot, obviously towards that opening. Down it goes, bouncing around, a little far from the hole. Fourth shot, push the ball along there. Ooh, tapped it, and that makes it 6.
Hole number 12. There's a group catching up, might have to let them go. Now they're just getting mean again. This is making Masons look like they were kind of nice to us. And again, we got this turn with an embankment, and now we got these 3 giant sausage links. They're in rough shape, but they're there. Down to the hole.
First shot. There she goes, a bit off to the right, bouncing off the wall, going in between the sausage links and so close to the hole. A little far away though, bouncing towards the wall and staying. Second shot. There it goes, way to the right.
Hole number 13. Yeah, a couple holes ago I was trying to move there. Accidentally tapped the hole again, so that was another 6er. The one with the 2 tiers. Anyway, here we are. And we have somewhat of a tiki head here. Relatively flat outside of your normal inconsistencies with a concrete foundation. Ideally you want to go there because directly behind it is the hole.
First shot. There she goes, right at the tiki head, bouncing off said tiki head. Bunch of walls. Set up okay. Second shot. There it goes, and ooh, so close. Rolling back, and 3.
Hole number 14. This is a wet one. Not sure if the camera's going to be near the hole at this point. Anyway, it's flat, but then it goes uphill. It's somewhat even, except there's a tiny bit of an alley up there. And it's longer climb in that very thin section. We have a flood zone. And in the middle of all this, we have the hole.
First shot. Off it goes. Straight down the middle, hitting the wall. Going through the floodplain, so close to the hole. Still set up well.
Hole number 15. We got a tiki head and a tunnel that looks completely natural. Does have lights and an echo. Poured concrete, but we gotta go over the mountain to get into the hole.
First shot. Into the cave. And did not clear the mountain. And out towards the outside. Second shot. And still fails to climb the mountain. And going for third shot, roughly from the same place. Up the mountain and into the hole.
Hole number 16. Wet concrete. Please be careful. Not over there, though. Anyway, we got this. And we'll continue in a moment. And we are back. Group of teenagers caught up, and then they bogged down, and then a family was behind me waiting, so there was no one behind them, so I let them go ahead of me, so I had to wait for 2 people. Anyway, back to hole 16, and here we got a naked section where definitely some carpet should exist, but was pulled out. It's probably in really bad shape. Guess they're leaving it this way. Ideally, you want to try and aim for this, but since it's once again considered unfinished, probably best to just take the long way around. And you go downhill, it goes slightly right, and there's an alley-oop, steeper here than there. Then it is literally straight down, ever so slight pitch to the left, but more or less straight to a very slightly elevated hole.
First shot. And there it goes. A little off to the right. Bouncing off the wall. Bouncing off another wall. Close to the hole. Bouncing off another wall. Set up pretty well if it stays out of the pit. And it does. Second shot. Right into the hole.
Hole 17. We got our friend Mr. Rock again. These flat rocks. Anyway, it's mostly straight, relatively flat. Oh, there was a dip near the hole on the other one that I didn't see. Bunch of tiki heads here. Again, left bank, slight elevation here, slightly elevated hole again.
First shot. There it goes. A little off to the right. Bouncing off the wall. Set up okay. Second shot. Finds its way into the hole.
Hole number 18. Does not seem to be any 19th hole. Similar to Mason's. Anyway, I'm giving this one a name, Mario's Nightmare. Outside of this grass that is not secured whatsoever, so there's artificial bumps that you can remove with your feet. We have 3 sealed off warp pipes that you don't want to hit. The most direct way gets you to this sunken hole where the ground goes down further. And it appears it goes into a hole of no return, but seems to be stuck. But that's where we want to go.
First shot. There it goes. Bounces off a pipe. Rolls ever so slightly. Hits the recess. Back and forth it goes. It's slowly going. Hole in one. What a way to end that one. But before we get to that, again, tapping the ball again. This time once too many. 6 at hole 11, which of course could have been less than that, but only a 5 this time instead of the disaster from the 5 in hole 3, which was a double tap. Anyway, again, we were kind of struggling a little bit, and then we warmed up near the very end at 16 and 17. The surprise was hole 18, which was a hole in one. So for the front 9, we got the 26. The back, we end up with a 25 with a grand total of 51. Again, going with the assumption of 42 being the general standard that most mini golf courses use for a total par, which I have seen. we will consider this to be bad. Some really dumb mistakes and a little bad luck here and there. That pretty much kind of took it away, but we're just ever so slightly, and I mean just barely shy of sucking altogether. And that is what we have for this episode. That will wrap up this edition of Watch Me Suck at Mini Golf. From the For Fun Mini Golf at MVP Family Entertainment Center in Tyngsboro, Massachusetts, this is George F551 saying hope you enjoyed and have a good one.